like I said, we're going to focus on the odds, the left side. So you'll have one of the topics is just solving equation with variables on both sides. If you need to, let me get there. There it is. That's right. It's already ready. If you need to draw your line to keep your work balance, showing all the steps, the correct steps will give you partial credit. So for 12K plus 15 equals 35 plus 2K, what should we do first? Very good. Minus 2K. Line it up with the like variables, like terms. So this becomes 10K plus 15 equals 35. Yes. Yeah, we get the variable term isolated, doing minus 15. So 10K equals 20. And then divide by 10. I'll just write it to the side here. K equals 2. Okay. All right. For, again, you keep your line down the equal sign to keep it balanced. When we're talking about variables on both sides, or we have an equation and equal sign, I'm not going to say you need to, get the variable on one side or the other. It just needs to get isolated. So on number 3 here, what should we do first? Yeah, distribute the 3, rewrite everything on the left side. So it should be 3x plus 3 minus 5 equals 5x minus 2. Do you have this done? That's why you're not writing? No, I'm talking about number 3. Okay, so what are we doing now? What are they? Yeah, 3 and this negative 5 here. So when I combine them, I'm going to get 3x minus 2 equals 5x minus 2. All right, who recognized the next term? Our next step. Yep, start with that smallest variable. Eliminate it by doing the opposite. So watch your signs. So this is a negative 2 equals 2x minus 2. Yep, you're going to add 2 on both sides to isolate the 2x term. And this is what I want you to see. On this left side, it becomes 0 equals 2x. You're still dividing by 2, the coefficient. Sorry. Get off. There we go. But any 0 divided by any number is just 0. So x is 0. Okay, so let's look at 5. What do we notice or recognize here on number 5? Yeah, they're both 2x. And so if you subtract, they both cancel, leaving you at 5 equals negative 3. So what happens here? Yeah, it's no solution. This is false. 5 does not equal negative 3. 5 equals 5. So if this is false, yes, you say no solution. There is a symbol for that.
It's the 0.
Yeah, 0 with the vertical line through it, yes. So don't forget your special cases. Now we have multi-step equations. So we're still going to keep our work balanced. Go through your 5 steps on your notes. Don't call me after midnight. The D and don't call me after midnight is to distribute. So we have a negative 5 we're distributing. What are we distributing on the second grouping? Yeah, it's an invisible 1 right there, so negative 1. So this is negative 5x. Don't watch your sign. What happens if I do a negative 5 times plus 10 minus x?
Minus 2.
Yeah.
Equals 50.
Yes.
Combine the like terms.
Our like terms are what?
Negative x and negative 5x and then 2, I mean 10 and then negative 2.
So I'm going to box the constant. So negative 5x and minus x, that's a negative 6x. This is going to now be plus 8 equals 50. All right, isolate the negative 6x term by subtracting 8 on both sides. Our negative 6x equals 42. Yep, divide by negative 6. Negative 6, negative 6. So the x equals negative 7.
Are we gonna get decimal answers?
Yes, you will get decimal answers and fraction answers on this. All right, on number 9. What should we do first on number 9? What are we distributing? Negative what? Negative 1 and a positive 2 here. Yeah, visible 1 there. So this is 3w minus 7w minus 12 equals 2w minus 6. All right, now what should we do? What are the like terms? You're right. And the minus 7w. All right, if I combine those, you're left with a negative 4w minus 12 equals 2w minus 6. All right, now what should we do? Plus the 4w to isolate this, eliminate the smallest one, so plus 4w. I have a negative 12 equals 6w minus 6. Plus what? Should be plus 6. You gotta get the variable term by itself. So we get negative 6 equals 6w. I'm gonna rewrite that up here. Divide both sides by 6. Negative 1. Yep. All right, go to the next page. I'm going to do all the odds, yeah, with you. Mhm. All right, so I'm going to keep this work balance on 11. We need to distribute the 9 on the left side and the negative 2. So let's see if you can write the first. Just do the distributing and write the new equation. So you should have 9n minus 36 minus 7n equals 32 minus 2n minus 16. All right, did we see we have like terms? What are the like terms on the left side?
9 and negative 7.
Yeah, and what are the like terms on the right side?
32 and negative 16.
Yeah, 32 and negative 16. So 9n minus the 7n makes that 2n minus 36 equals 32 minus 16 leaves you with 16, then minus 2n. All right, what will we do next?
We do 1 plus 2.
Yeah, plus 2n.
Cancels out. 4n minus 36 equals 16.
4n minus 36 equals 16. That is right. Then add the 36, yeah.
40 and then 52.
I'm going to rewrite it to the side. 4n equals 52. Yes. Now what do we need to do? Yep, divide by 4. Use your calculator. It does. This one does come out to be a whole number. I think it's 13. 13. All right. On 13, we're distributing this negative 1/2. we're taking half of each term. So the 4y stays 38. Half of 4y is now 2y. Half of 16 is 8. So this is negative 8 or minus 8. Yeah, 38 minus 8 gets combined. Okay, so 4y equals 30 minus 2y.
Plus 2y.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 2y. Okay, 6y.
Plus
Sorry,
2y.
do 6y. Okay, y equals 5.
6y equals 30. You're right. Y equals 5. Correct.
Awesome.
We need to distribute the 2 first.
They're the same.
So you have 8x plus 11 equals 8x minus 14 plus 25, and then you should combine these, yep, and you would end up with 8x plus 11.
All real solution?
8x plus 11. Yeah, this is exactly the same thing. It's a reflexive statement. Let's say even if you subtract your variable, they would end up canceling, and you're left with 11 equals 11, which is true. And whenever it's true, you're either giving infinite solution, or all real numbers. So like I said, make sure you know your special cases. Okay, now we're getting into inequalities. Now you're going to have to give the inequality if I give you the graph, or you graph it if I give you the inequality. So like on 17, I've given you the graph. I can come key factors. It's pointing to the left. Okay, so if it's anything going in this direction is a negative infinity. It's also closed at 4. So it starts here, and it ends here. Since the arrow's pointing to the left and it's closed, that would be pointing in the same direction with the line underneath it. So this is less than or equal to, x is less than or equal to 4. That's the inequality. The interval notation is parentheses, what?
Negative parentheses.
Negative what? Negative infinity, comma, what?
Comma 4.
And it has to be a bracket because it's closed. There's a dot at 4. Okay? So, if I was doing number 18, again, it's pointing to the right. That's going to a positive infinity. So it's starting at 5, ending at positive infinity. If it's pointing to the right, your inequality should point in the same direction. So x is greater than or equal to 5. What's the interval notation?
5. Bracket 5.
Bracket 5, good.
Comma infinity.
Common infinity, parentheses. Remember, we use parentheses always with infinity. Always with infinity. All right, so now we're just graphing it. Okay, so this is x is less than. If you're not, make sure you know what each symbol means. Okay, less than or equal to. Just recapping. So I find a -7, which is right here between -8 and 6. It's going to be closed, pointing to the left. That's exactly right. So this would be parentheses negative infinity, comma 7, bracket. Oh yeah, -7, sorry. Yeah. All right, so let's graph 20. It's open at 5, so that's right here between 4 and 6. So open here, and it's pointing to the right. So this would be parentheses 5, comma, infinity, close parentheses. All right, now we're gonna solve and graph. Okay, so let's talk about these last two sections. When you have an inequality and you're solving it, you want to get the variable on the left side just to make it easier with the graphing. So on 21 here, we need to distribute this 7 or this negative 7 first. So what am I going to write?
Minus 7x minus 7.
Yep, it's greater than negative 9. Yep, combine your like terms.
You get negative 2x is less than minus 7 is greater than negative 9.
Very good.
And plus 7 get negative 2. 2x minus 2. And then when you divide it, with the sign for the dot.
Oh, I'll put 9. Let me fix that. Hold on. Plus, oops. Plus 7 plus 7.
X is less than 1.
We divide by negative 2, and then, yes, because it's a negative, this symbol has to be flipped. So instead of pointing to the right, it's now pointing to the left. X is less than, isn't it positive 1? Okay. So this would be open at 1, pointing to the left. Yep. 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 That's it. So you will be given partial credit, like doing the first step, then doing your work to simplify, getting to the inequality, getting to your graph, getting to your interval notation, okay? All right, so 23, start off by distributing the 2. This is going to give you 8 minus 6x plus 6x is greater than or equal to 10. Then your like terms, this negative 6x and positive cancels. 8 is greater than or equal to 10. Is 8 greater than or equal to 10? No, this is false. And if it's false, it is no solution. If there's no solution, there's no graphing, there's no interval notation. Okay. All right, on 25, we're going to distribute the negative 9 first. That becomes negative 9x plus 45 plus 9 is less than 3x plus 42. You combine your 45 plus 9, so negative 9x plus 54 is less than our 3x plus 42. Okay. You can do that, but I'm going to keep it on the left side so the arrow matches the graph. So instead of doing plus 9x, because that is the smallest one, what could we do?
Minus 3x.
Minus 3x to get the variable on the left.
We get negative 12.
Yeah, negative.
54 is less than 42.
Yep, very good. Negative 12x plus 54 is less than 42.
We do minus 54.
Then we should do, yes, minus the 54.
And we'll get 12.
Negative 12x is less than negative 12. Divide by that negative 12. Yep.
X is greater than 1. No, you're dividing on negative 12.
Yeah, you got to flip it. Yeah, you got to flip that symbol because we're dividing. So x is greater than 1. So at 1, we're going to have an open circle, and it's pointing to the right.
And 1, parentheses 1, comma, then
Yeah, we start at the open, we end at the arrow. So parentheses 1. Yeah. Okay. All right. So last page, last section here. You have some more inequalities. Let's talk about 27 because I said you can get fraction or decimal answers. So on 27, you need to recognize you're distributing the invisible one, not the 3. This is 3 minus. Okay, so we're distributing the negative 1 here. This is 3 minus 2x, but then plus 7.
Is less than or equal to 43.6.
Yeah, now what should we do?
Plus 6. So, oh, never mind. Combine
Oops.
those.
Yeah, combine the like terms. The 3 and the 7. Hold on just a second. All right, so hopefully we're adding the 6x.
Minus 30, minus 10, you get 43.
And then you should have subtracted your 10 to get the 4x term isolated. Then we're dividing by the 4. So x is less than 8.25. All right, so that's 8.25 is a little greater than 8. So what I'm graphing, I'm putting an open circle. Oh yeah, it's a greater. Oh, I forgot the line in there. Greater than or equal to, sorry. So right above 8, I'm gonna put a closed circle above the 8, like right, kind of like on the hash, but a little bit above, and then pointing to the right. No, pointing to the, because it was less than, right? Yeah, pointing to the left. Sorry. So negative infinity, comma 8.25 bracket. Yes. And then our last section, scale check, is just cross multiplying to solve proportions. Make sure when you cross multiply, you use parentheses. So this should be 3 parentheses x to show your cross products.
Oh, my goodness.
And then this is 5 parentheses x plus 2. So we're going to distribute the 3 on the left side, the 5 on the right. So 3x plus 12 equals 5x plus 10. Eliminate your smallest variable first, so I would say minus the 3x. 3x is smaller than 5x, so this becomes 12 equals 2x plus 10. And then I'm kind of running out of room here, but yeah, you're going to subtract the 10. 2 equals to tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay, now make sure, like I said, show your cross products. So 2 parentheses, or show your distributing. So if I'm cross multiplying, I'm distributing, you're showing the 2x plus 2 equals 3x minus 15. And then we're solving for x, okay? Hopefully on this one, you get x is 17. So like what you're going to see on the partial key is just dot, dot, dot saying there's some type of work that should have took place and then to your solution. You need to check that you can get to that solution. So if I cross multiply 16x times 1, that's just still 16x. And then this would be 3 parentheses x plus 3. You're going to distribute the 3 first. This will be a fraction answer, guys. Yes. To isolate the variable, we're going to minus the 3x. to get 13x equals 9. 13 is the coefficient, so I'm going to divide both sides by that 13. That cancel, x equals 9 over 13. This decimal is irrational. Like, I would have to tell you to round something like this. If I do 9 divided by 13, see how it doesn't repeat in an order? Okay? It just has different, so I would just keep it as fraction form.
So 0.69.
No, it would say 0.69 if I said round to the nearest hundred. Then you would do that. I would say I would keep the exact answer would be the 9 over 13. Yes, it would be the exact answer. So you're responsible for the evens. You can check your answers on Teams with the partial key. And then in order to receive extra credit, you have to do the extra credit quizzes. All right. This is just extra credit. Yes. For the test. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm giving you time to finish either evens or go to the laptop to check your answers on Teams. Okay. Yeah. If you're done, once you have done the evens, you just need to, and I'll stamp your review.